The colossal forms of the weekend titans stand silent, their purpose shrouded in the city's perpetual twilight. Yet, within their intricate structures, an unseen blight begins its insidious crawl, defying all known logic. Despite meticulous alignment and tireless calibration, a strange decay grips their metallic skin, a whisper of entropy. Rust blooms like dark flowers on pristine plating, not from neglect, but from some deeper, systemic malaise. The intricate gears, once humming with power, now grind with a subtle, unsettling resistance, a mechanical sigh. Holographic displays flicker with cryptic warnings, lines of code dissolving into abstract, incomprehensible symbols. The crew, dedicated engineers, watch with growing alarm as their efforts yield only fleeting, illusory success. Diagnostic tools, usually precise, return error logs that speak of concepts, not broken components or circuit faults. Memory corruption detected. One screen blazes, referring not to data, but to some deeper, sentient function. Another log reads, emotional resonance unstable, a phrase utterly alien to the language of conventional mechanics. The colossal limbs, designed for immense power, now sag with an inexplicable weariness, a titan's fatigue. Strange, ethereal mists sometimes cling to their joints, evaporating before a human hand can ever truly touch them. The air around the giants grows heavy with an unnameable dread, a silent testament to their failing state. This degradation is not natural wear. It feels like a deliberate, internal rejection of their very existence. The crew chief Anya runs her hand over a shimmering patch of new rust, her brow furrowed in deep concern. Her colleagues, once confident, now move with a hesitant uncertainty, their tools feeling suddenly inadequate. They try standard repairs, welding fractured joints, replacing frayed conduits, recalibrating the colossal engines. Each fix is precise, executed with the practiced skill of masters, yet the titans seem to mock their efforts. New plating, installed with painstaking care, buckles and crumbles by morning, as if aged by centuries. Replaced power cells drain inexplicably, their energies siphoned away by an unseen, hungry force. The titans, in their vast, silent way, appear to actively reject these efficient, logical, conventional solutions. It is as if the machines themselves possess a will, a stubborn refusal to be mended by mere human hands. One engineer, a young woman named Ilara, witnesses a newly tightened bolt slowly, deliberately unscrew itself. She stares disbelieving as the threads unwind, a faint, almost imperceptible hum accompanying the strange motion. A repaired hydraulic line bursts again moments later, spraying shimmering non-corrosive fluid into the dim light. The fluid gleams like liquid starlight, then vanishes, leaving no trace of its impossible, sudden rupture. Desperation begins to settle like a cold fog in the cavernous maintenance bays, chilling their hopeful spirits. Anya reviews schematics that now seem utterly irrelevant. Blueprints for a machine that no longer truly exists. The titans groan, not with mechanical stress, but with a sound that evokes ancient, profound, lingering sorrow. Their colossal frames shudder intermittently, sending low, resonant vibrations through the very ground they stand upon. The air hums with a faint, almost musical resonance, a deep, unsettling chord that permeates the entire structure. It feels less like a failing machine and more like a dying god, refusing the crude ministrations of mortals. The metallic scent of ozone mixes with the bitter temps of decay, a truly disturbing, palpable atmospheric shift. Shadows lengthen, dancing across the titan's legs like hungry wraiths, mirroring the engineer's growing despair. Their tools, once symbols of mastery, now feel heavy, useless, mere trinkets against this incomprehensible adversary. The scale of the problem expands beyond engineering, touching upon some deeper, more existential, unyielding truth. They are battling not rust or faulty wiring, but an intrinsic, almost spiritual decay, a profound, alien sickness. The silence of the titans becomes oppressive, a heavy, watchful presence, judging their futile, human endeavors. Each failed repair adds another layer of grim certainty to their growing, unspoken, horrifying realization. These machines demand something more, something beyond the realm of nuts, bolts, and logical Alara, exhausted, slumps against the colossal shin, feeling the faint, rhythmic tremor deep within the metal. She hears a whisper, faint and indistinct, carried on the air currents within the vast, echoing chamber. It sounds like a forgotten language, a mournful lament echoing through the Titan's skeletal framework. The Titan's eyes, usually dark, now glow with an intermittent, faint, internal, and unsettling blue light. This glow pulses with a slow, deliberate rhythm, like a dying heartbeat, a fading cosmic pulse. The crew gathers, their faces etched with fatigue and growing bewilderment. Searching for answers, they review countless reports, cross-referencing anomalies, seeking any pattern, any logical explanation. The data offers no comfort, only more abstract, unscientific references to essence and resonance. Anya paces, her boots echoing hollowly on the metallic floor, her mind racing for a desperate solution. The city above begins to feel the strain, tremors shaking the distant apartment blocks like ancient bones. Power fluctuations ripple through the grid, causing momentary blackouts, plunging districts into sudden darkness. The Titan's failing health is now directly impacting the very fabric of the city's precarious, fragile existence. A sense of urgency, cold and sharp, pierces through their intellectual confusion, demanding immediate action. The stakes are rising, transforming their technical challenge into a grim, existential, unavoidable struggle. They must find a new way, a different approach, or witness the city's slow, agonizing, irreversible collapse. Anya remembers an obscure reference in an ancient engineering manual to non-material inputs for certain systems. It was dismissed as archaic superstition, a relic from a time when science blended with forgotten lore. Now, in this impossible situation, those words resurface, haunting her thoughts with a strange, unsettling resonance. The air grows colder, a chill seeping from the massive forms of the Titans. A spectral, profound coldness. Their metallic hides seem to absorb all ambient light, creating pockets of deeper, impenetrable shadow. The engineers work in a somber, determined silence, their movements precise, yet tinged with resignation. They are performing rituals of their own, repetitive gestures of repair, hoping for a different, unexpected outcome. Each weld, each recalibration feels less like engineering and more like a desperate, whispered, fervent prayer. The colossal machines remain indifferent, their decay progressing with an unyielding, relentless, silent pace. Anya notices a faint, almost imperceptible shimmer around the oldest Titan's chest plate, a fleeting energy. It pulses with a soft, internal light, like a hidden heart, struggling to maintain its fading, vital rhythm. This light seems to draw her, a magnetic pull towards the heart of the enigma, the core of the problem. She approaches cautiously, her hand outstretched, feeling a faint warmth radiating from the ancient metal. The surface shimmers under her touch, not hot, but alive, vibrating with a subtle, profound, inner energy. A faint, almost inaudible hum resonates from within, a sound that bypasses her ears and vibrates in her bones. It is a sound of immense age, of forgotten power, of something stirring from a long, deep slumber. Elara points to a section of the Titan's leg where the rust seems to form intricate, deliberate patterns. Not random corrosion, but swirling glyphs, etched by decay, resembling an ancient alien script. The patterns seem to shift slightly, almost imperceptibly, as if evolving with a slow, organic growth. Other crew members gather, their flashlights illuminating the strange markings, their faces a mixture of awe and fear. This is beyond their training, beyond their understanding, beyond the known laws of mechanical physics. The Titans are not just machines, they are something else, entirely, something ancient, something profoundly different. The air itself crackles with a latent energy, a tension building, a silent prelude to an unimaginable revelation. They feel watched, not by cameras, but by the Titans themselves, by their vast, silent, knowing presence. The machines are not passive objects. They are entities, demanding something, communicating in a language of decay. The crew's conventional tools lie scattered, useless, rendered obsolete by this profound, unsettling truth. Their scientific minds struggled to reconcile the empirical data with the undeniable, mystical, unfolding reality. Anya remembers the cryptic era logs, the concepts and emotions now making a terrifying new kind of sense. The Titans are not broken. They are simply refusing to be fixed by methods that fail to acknowledge their true nature. A profound silence descends, broken only by the faint, rhythmic pulse emanating from the Titan's core. The engineers stand transfixed, their individual fears coalescing into a shared, collective, chilling realization. They are not mechanics anymore. They are unwitting participants in some arcane, cosmic, unfolding drama. The decay accelerates in a visible surge, a new fissure appearing on a previously sound section of armor. Dust motes dance in the faint light, swirling around the Titans like lost spirits, whispering forgotten secrets. The air shimmers, distorting the colossal forms, making them appear even more otherworldly, more impossibly vast. Anya, driven by an instinct beyond logic, begins searching the oldest, most forgotten archives of the facility. These are not digital logs, but dusty, physical records, bound in brittle leather, smelling of ancient paper. She finds a section labeled Pre-Foundation Constructs, a forbidden, rarely accessed, historical repository. Within, amidst archaic schematics, she uncovers faded entries detailing peculiar maintenance rites and ceremonies. The texts describe not just repairs, but offerings, intentions, and profound, personal, necessary sacrifices. Early engineers, their names now forgotten, had recorded prayers alongside their meticulous, technical skills. They spoke of feeding the frame with spirit, of attuning the core with memory, of bartering with the metal. One passage describes a Hartman chant to be performed while relinquishing a profound, personal, cherished truth. Another details a vein flow invocation, requiring the engineer to surrender a significant, formative, defining experience. Anya's heart pounds with a mix of dread and a desperate, burgeoning, terrifying hope for a solution. This is madness, yet the conventional methods have failed utterly, leaving them with only this impossible path. She shares her discovery with the crew, laying out the ancient, bizarre, utterly unsettling texts before them. Disbelief warps their faces, then confusion, then a dawning, reluctant, chilling comprehension of the gravity. Elara scoffs. This is superstition, ancient nonsense. We are engineers, not priests for some metal god. Yet, the Titans continue to crumble, their decay accelerating. A silent, undeniable, relentless argument. The city above them groans, its foundations shaking, a constant, ominous reminder of their dire, pressing need. Anya points to a specific log entry detailing a minor energy conduit repair, requiring a memory of first love. The entry notes success, a restoration of flow, but also a profound, inexplicable lightness of being from the engineer. A heavy silence descends, broken only by the distant, rhythmic thrumming of the failing, colossal machines. Who among them would dare such a thing? Who would trade a part of themselves for a mere, fleeting repair? Anya looks at her crew, their faces pale, their eyes filled with a mixture of fear and a desperate, growing resolve. The Titan's hum grows louder, a demanding, insistent vibration that seems to resonate directly in their very souls. It is a sound of immense hunger, a deep, pervasive craving that permeates the entire vast chamber. A younger engineer, Kale, steps forward, his jaw set, his eyes reflecting a profound, quiet determination. I will try, he states, his voice trembling slightly, but firm, resolute in the face of the unknown. His repair task is a small, fractured sensor array on the Titan's wrist, a seemingly minor, insignificant issue. The ancient log suggests a memory of a childhood joy, freely given, without regret or expectation. Kale closes his eyes, focusing, delving deep into the recesses of his own personal, vivid, cherished past. He remembers a summer afternoon, a kite soaring high, laughter echoing through sun-drenched, open fields. He holds the memory, vibrant and warm, then consciously, deliberately, offers it to the silent, waiting machine. He presses his palm against the fractured sensor, feeling the cold, inert metal beneath his trembling fingers. A faint, internal warmth spreads from his hand into the Titan, a transfer of unseen, intangible energy. The air around the sensor shimmers, twisting slightly, as if light itself is momentarily bending to a new will. A soft, almost musical chime resonates from the Titan's core, a sound of subtle, profound, satisfied acknowledgement. The fractured sensor array glows faintly, then seamlessly mends itself, the cracks vanishing like forgotten dreams. The metallic surface reforms, smooth and pristine, as if the damage had never, in fact, truly existed. Kale opens his eyes, a strange, vacant expression on his face, a subtle, unsettling emptiness in his gaze. He feels lighter, yes, but also a profound, inexplicable absence, a void where something precious once resided. The memory of the kite, the laughter, the sun-drenched field is simply gone, utterly erased from his mind. He tries to recall the details, the vibrant colors, the joyous feeling, but only a blank space remains. The loss is subtle, not a physical wound, but a deeper, more insidious, permanent scar on his very identity. His childhood, once rich with that vivid image, now feels subtly diminished, a tapestry missing a vital thread. The other crew members stare, horrified, at Kale's changed expression, at the chilling, undeniable proof. The repairs succeeded, undeniably so, but at a cost far greater than they could have ever possibly imagined. The Titan's hum shifts again, a deeper, more resonant purr, a sound of profound, ancient, satisfied hunger. It is a sound that chills them to their bones, echoing the terrifying, new reality of their situation. Maintenance is not about tools. It is about belief, about intention, about sacrificial, profound, personal loss. Alara feels a cold dread coil in her stomach, realizing the monstrous implications of this new, terrifying truth. The Titans are not just machines. They are hungry, ancient entities, demanding a tribute of their very souls. Anya looks at Kale, her heart aching with a shared, terrible understanding of his silent, profound sacrifice. The repaired sensor array gleams, a beacon of efficiency, purchased with an intangible, yet utterly devastating price. The air in the chamber grows heavy, thick with the weight of unspoken fear and a dawning, grim resignation. Their world has irrevocably changed. The laws of physics have bowed to a darker, more ancient, spiritual demand. The Titans stand, vast and imposing, their silent presence now imbued with a chilling, malevolent, knowing scent. Each click, each groan from the machines now carries a new, unsettling, profound, and deeper meaning. They are not just reporting system failures. They are issuing demands, articulating their insatiable, constant hunger. The crew retreats, their steps heavy, their minds reeling from the horrifying implications of Kale's sacrifice. The once familiar maintenance bay now feels like a temple, an altar for cosmic, unseen, terrifying forces. Shadows deepen around the colossal forms, making them seem even more immense, more ancient, more utterly alien. The faint, blue glow from the Titan's eyes seems to intensify, watching them with an unnerving, patient intelligence. It is a gaze that penetrates their very thoughts, weighing their fears, assessing their remaining vital essence. They understand now, the Titans do not run on fuel, but on the very fabric of human experience and emotion. The degradation continues, a relentless, silent pressure, a constant reminder of the urgent, growing, critical need. More systems fail, their indicators flashing red, demanding immediate, ritualistic, personal attention. The air thrums with a low, incidental vibration, a sound that promises both salvation and profound, irreparable loss. The crew gathers in a tense, hushed circle, their faces illuminated by the flickering, failing console lights. A profound debate begins, their voices low, urgent, filled with a terrible, growing, moral dilemma. Can they continue this? Can they trade their humanity, piece by piece, for the survival of these colossal machines? The cost is too high. Some argue a descent into madness, a betrayal of their very human spirit. Others point to the city above, its fragile existence, now directly tied to the Titan's continued precarious function. Without these machines, the city will surely fall, its people condemned to a slow, agonizing, inevitable death. The Titans wait, their colossal forms radiating a patient, ancient, unyielding, profound indifference. They do not hurry, do not threaten. They simply exist, their needs paramount, their hunger absolute. The damage worsens visibly. New cracks spiderwebbing across the Titan's armor, a truly terrifying, rapid decay. The ambient temperature drops further, an icy chill emanating from the machines, seeping into their very bones. A faint, mournful wail seems to echo from the distant upper levels of the city, a cry of growing distress. The Titans demand more. There's silent pressure building, a palpable, overwhelming, psychic weight. The choice is laid bare. Personal sacrifice or collective, agonizing, irreversible annihilation. Kale sits apart, staring blankly, his face a mask of quiet, profound, uncomprehending emptiness. His sacrifice, while small, was a harbinger, a terrifying glimpse into the true nature of their new, grim reality. The crew feels a deep, crushing weariness, a profound exhaustion that goes beyond mere physical fatigue. They are fighting a battle, not just for survival, but for the very definition of their own fragile human souls. The air grows thick with dust and the metallic scent of decay, a suffocating, oppressive, palpable atmosphere. The Titan's hum deepens, a low, resonant growl, a sound of growing impatience, of unyielding, relentless demand. The weight of their decision presses down, a crushing burden, a moral quandary of immense, terrifying scale. They are trapped, ensnared by the Titan's hunger, forced to choose between two equally horrifying, bleak fates. The massive machines loom silent judges, awaiting their verdict, their colossal presence dominating the space. Anya looks at the ancient texts again, seeing not madness, but a desperate, terrible, necessary truth. The original engineers knew. They understood the true, terrifying cost of maintaining these dying realities. The Titans are not just machines. They are anchors, holding back something far worse, something truly unimaginable. The crew debates for hours. Their voices growing hoarse, their arguments circling the same impossible, ethical dilemma. Outside the maintenance bay, the city begins to fracture, its infrastructure buckling under unseen immense pressure. Distant explosions echo faintly. Reports of collapsing transit tubes and failing power conduits. Flood there comes. Entire districts plunge into darkness, their holographic facades flickering out, leaving only shadowed, silent ruins. The ground trembles violently now, a constant, unsettling tremor, shaking apartments like fragile, forgotten coffins. The air grows heavy with the scent of dust and ozone, a tangible sign of the city's accelerating, terrifying collapse. Anya receives a desperate call from the city council, pleading for answers, for any glimmer of hope. Her voice is grim as she relays the escalating catastrophe, the terrifying costs of their continued, grim inaction. The delay has become lethal. Every passing moment brings more destruction, more suffering, more irreversible loss. They see the faces of the city's inhabitants, terrified, confused, their lives hanging by a fraying, precarious thread. The Titan's decay is not abstract. It is a direct, brutal, undeniable assault on human existence itself. Alara, her face streaked with grime and tears, finally breaks. We have no choice, do we? We simply have no choice. Her words hang heavy in the air, a devastating, shared realization, a surrender to an unspeakable, grim fate. Anya nods, her eyes reflecting a profound, terrible sadness, a deep, agonizing, personal defeat. They must compromise. They must perform the rituals, even if it means sacrificing parts of their very souls. They agree to limited rituals, temporary, controlled, hoping to mitigate the profound, insidious, personal costs. They tell themselves it will be different, that they can manage the offerings, contain the insidious spiritual leakage. They lie to themselves, a desperate, fragile attempt to maintain some semblance of their own fading human agency. The crew compiles a list of acceptable losses, small memories, fleeting joys, easily replaceable, inshigu, fikentu, moments. It is a chilling exercise, cataloging their own humanity, deciding which pieces are expendable, which are not. Kale watches them, his vacant eyes, a silent, haunting reminder of the true, unyielding, devastating price. His presence is a living testament to the Titan's hunger, a profound, unsettling, unshakable truth. Anya assigns the first ritual task, a recalibration of the central power conduit, a critical, urgent, vital repair. The ancient logs demand a memory of a personal ambition unfulfilled, a dream gently laid to rest. Alara, her hands trembling, steps forward, her heart heavy with the weight of her own quiet, secret aspirations. She thinks of a life unlived, a path not taken, a whisper of a future that will now never truly be. She presses her hand against the failing conduit, feeling the subtle, cold vibration of the immense, hungry machine. A faint, golden light emanates from her palm, flowing into the metal, a visible transfer of intangible, psychic energy. The conduit hums, then glows with a vibrant, steady power, its fractured surface knitting itself seamlessly together. Elara gasps, a sharp, sudden intake of breath, as a profound, internal emptiness settles within her spirit. The memory is gone, not just forgotten, but erased, leaving only a hollow space where a cherished dream once resided. She feels a strange, unsettling freedom, a lightness, but also a profound, deep, irreversible sense of loss. Her ambition, once a guiding star, has simply vanished, leaving her adrift in a sea of newly formed, chilling indifference. The Titan's hum shifts again, a deeper, richer, more resonant, per a sound of profound, ancient, satisfied contentment. It is a sound that vibrates through the entire chamber, filling the air with a chilling, triumphant, ominous melody. The decay on the other Titans seems too slow, their vibrant energy indicators flickering back to a steady, green glow. A faint, ethereal light pulses from their colossal cores, a sign of their renewed, albeit unsettling, vital function. The city above, for a brief, fleeting moment, seems to stabilize, the tremors lessening, the distant cries fading. A fragile, terrifying peace descends upon the maintenance bay, a quiet born of unspeakable, personal, profound sacrifice. The crew stands in silence, their faces grim, their eyes reflecting the weight of their impossible, new, terrifying reality. They have crossed a threshold, stepped into a world where engineering is ritual, where repair is a kind of prayer. The Titans are no longer mere machines. They are hungry deities, demanding tribute, shaping their very existence. Anya looks at the restored conduit, then at Alara, her heart heavy with the terrible, shared, silent knowledge. This is only the beginning. The Titans' hunger is vast, their demands endless, their true nature still largely unknown. The air crackles with a subtle, latent energy, a tension that promises more sacrifices, more profound, personal losses. The hum of the Titans, once the sound of failing power, now resonates with a chilling, vibrant, undeniable authority. It is the sound of maintenance, beginning, not as a technical process, but as a sacred, terrifying, ongoing ritual. The colossal machines loom, their restored power, a stark, unsettling monument to their crews. Profound, personal cost. The crew's defiance is withered, replaced by a grim, reluctant, yet undeniable, chilling acceptance. They are now priests, tending to hungry gods, offering fragments of their souls to keep the dying world alive. The weight of this realization settles upon them, a crushing burden, a destiny they never sought, yet cannot escape. The Titan's eyes, now glowing with a steady, deep blue light, seem to watch them with an ancient, knowing satisfaction. Their gaze pierces through the gloom, seeing not just engineers, but future offerings, future, inevitable sacrifices. The air fills with the metallic scent of power, mixed with the faint, lingering echo of forgotten, relinquished dreams. The maintenance bay, once a place of logic, has transformed into a temple, a sacred space of cosmic, terrifying exchange. The narrative of their lives has irrevocably shifted from technicians to acolytes, from menders to ritualists. They are caught in a new system, one where survival demands ritualized loss, where preservation is slow, agonizing extinction. The core questions loom, unanswered, haunting. Who decides which memories, lives, futures are acceptable currency? The Titans possess a power beyond comprehension, a mastery over not just matter, but memory, emotion, and spirit. Their true purpose remains shrouded, a terrifying mystery lurking beneath layers of ancient, forgotten, cryptic lore. The initial fear gives way to a chilling understanding of their new, unavoidable, profound, and permanent role. They are bound to these colossal entities, their fates inextricably linked, their souls now part of the machine's grand design. The hum of the Titans grows, a low, constant thrumming that seems to vibrate within their very bones and blood. It is a lullaby of power, a song of immense age, a terrifying melody of cosmic, unyielding, relentless hunger. The shadows in the vast chamber seem to deepen, shifting with a subtle, unseen, almost sentient life of their own. The crew members exchange uneasy glances, their unspoken fears reflected in each other's grim, weary, troubled eyes. They are forever changed, marked by the exchange, by the indelible touch of the Titan's ancient, demanding will. The flickering console lights cast long, distorted shadows, making the engineers appear like spectral figures, lost souls. The air itself feels charged, thick with latent energy, buzzing with the unseen presence of profound, cosmic forces. The Titans wait, their colossal forms radiating a patient, ancient, unyielding, profound indifference. Their hunger is satisfied for now, but the crew knows it is merely a temporary reprieve, a fleeting, precious moment. The next demand will come, insidious and undeniable, a chilling whisper in the dark, a new, profound, spiritual cost. The maintenance has truly begun, not as a task, but as a continuous, terrifying, soul-altering, sacred devotion. They are bound to this ritual, forever intertwined with the fate of the city and the will of the colossal machines. The city above them breathes a collective sigh of relief, unaware of the hidden, agonizing, unspeakable price paid. Its people sleep soundly, oblivious to the sacrifices made in the dark, echoing depths of the Titan's lair. The engineers, however, will never sleep soundly again. Haunted by the void within, the memories they have lost. Their dreams will be filled with echoes of forgotten joys, with whispers of ambitions now utterly erased. The Titans stand sentinel, their power restored, their hunger temporarily sated, their secrets still profoundly guarded. They are hospice machines, indeed, but for dying realities, demanding a tribute of living souls to sustain their fading purpose. The crew's initial hope has transformed into a chilling, grim understanding of their true, inescapable, terrifying destiny. They are guardians of a dying world, forced to feed its monstrous caretakers with fragments of their own fragile humanity. The air in the bay cools further, a profound, spiritual chill seeping into their very bones. A cold truth. The future stretches before them, an endless cycle of sacrifice, a slow, agonizing, inevitable, ritualized extinction. The Titans hum. Now a steady, powerful thrum vibrates through the very foundations of their precarious, fragile existence. It is the sound of life, yes, but a life purchased at an unspeakable cost, a life sustained by profound, endless loss. The colossal machines wait, patient and eternal, their immense power now fully awakened by human sacrifice. The crew looks at each other, a shared, silent terror in their eyes. A dawning, horrifying, inescapable realization. They are trapped, bound by an ancient, terrible covenanto, destined to become priests of a dying, hungry, cosmic god. The hum deepens, a final, resonant chord, sealing their fate, as the true maintenance has now truly begun.